What are you doing? I got it here. Here, just get you salad. Here you go. Hey folks, I'm out here in the back with the goats. I let the goats out today. Finally had a slowdown. It's around 3 p.m. on Tuesday, the 9th, I think. But anyhow, you guys know I'm a deer hunter, and I haven't been able to hunt. I haven't hunted in I think a couple of weeks. Just haven't been able to. So much is going on. I've been sort of at a standstill. But anyhow, I was wanting to show you. Just come here with the goats. Let me swap camera. All right, there we go. There's the goats. They're all out there eating acorns and just doing the goat thing. But I come walking up here to check this hump I put in the ground. It's a raised spot, and I got it. We do have seed on it. You can see some of the grass starting to sprout. There's little hairlines of grass everywhere. But I come over here to check it, and got a buck. This buck come through, nice buck, and he's got his buddy with him. That was this morning. And his buddy walked right over there. Sorry, right here, and then he turned and went over here. This guy, he's just checking things out. And what a foot. I mean, that is a huge foot. For a Florida deer, that is a really big deer. There is a little one there. And there's a doe track. But they're right here. There's a house. And they're coming out here. I got all this planted. I just don't know how much of it is going to survive. We planted the yard around the house too, and the chickens ate every grain of seed that I put out. We don't have one sprout anywhere. Well, the ants got a little grass going around them. But it's starting to come up. I can see there's little sprigs everywhere. I don't know if you guys are gonna make them out. And there's weeds too, but see the little sprigs popping up. Maybe here in another week, all of this here will be lime green. We got her, the white one. She's pregnant. And pretty sure she's pregnant. You know, there may be a couple of others in that black and white one back there in the back. But anyhow, we're doing good. Hopefully, if all goes well, I will be able to get out and I thought about going hunting this afternoon, actually. It's muzzleloader right now, and then Saturday morning, general gun opens up, rifle season, and which we use muzzleloader year round. Archery and muzzleloading is all that we do. But anyhow, I've been kind of working on everything. I finally was able to get my truck in the shop. Had a good friend of ours. Let me set this down and see if I can get this to work. I've got a stand on this phone. I just don't know how well it's going to work because I haven't used it out here. Oh, good. I had a friend of ours. He called me 2 days ago, and he's a mechanic, but he works full time, and he does concrete work. So he is he's not a licensed mechanic, but his truck breaks, he gets it going, and he's back to work. And he had asked me what was going on with my truck, and I explained to him, I don't know what the issue is, but I told him the symptoms, what it was doing. And he said, all right, I'll call you back. And he called me back. This was last week when he was telling me that. And he called me back 2 days ago. And he said, I have a friend. Hey, Rango. He said, I have a friend that has a shop. And I want you to take your truck over there to him. And they'll scan it, see if they can figure out what's going on with it. And it is a transmission shop, but they do a little bit of everything. And I told him financially, I can't do that right now. It's we have one running vehicle, and my daughter's vehicle's running, so I'm not stranded if something happens. But I can't take, my daughter works all the time, so she needs her car, and Kim has to drive Rosie back and forth to school. And then she has Rosie has band. It's not band practice. I don't know what you call it. They have football games, and she plays an instrument, and so she has to be at those games on some weekends. And so I can't just take the truck. There's only a day here and there that I can take it to go hunting, and it's normally on a weekend. And it just kind of, it messes me up with going hunting. So anyhow, my buddy, I helped him several times. Anytime your friends need help, you go and help them. That's what 99% of us do. And I've helped him a few times, and I never would allow, never asked for any payment, and never would accept any payment from him because he's a friend. He's not an employer. And he said, I want to fix your truck for you. And I told him I don't know what it would cost. I'm not mechanically inclined. I don't have any idea. And he said, well, my friend owns this shop, and I've already talked to him, and we just need to get your truck over there. And our brother Chris, he said he'll tow it if need be. And we ended up putting it on our trailer, and we took it over to the shop. But he's going to cover the expense to get my truck fixed, and then I can pay him back for it by helping him. He has tractor work every now and then that he needs help with, and usually Chris or I, one of us or both of us, will take our tractors over there and help him anytime he needs it. He's a great guy. And so anyhow, my truck's in the shop, and hopefully soon it'll be running. That'll take a big load off of us. It's really hard when you have one vehicle. I'm not able to go and do anything to help anybody if Kim has to get Rosie or pick her up. I can't go anywhere in the morning until after 7:30 in the morning, but I got to be back by 2:30 so Kim can go get Rosie, and it's a wreck. For hunting, it messes your hunting up. We hunt here on the property, but we don't have a lot of deer that we're looking to harvest, and so we're not going to go out here and just shoot every legal deer that we see. We want these deer to grow. We want them to get old and mature. And when Rosie or Kim or Kirsten is hunting out there, they'll have a good mature, a good quality buck to hopefully harvest. But anyhow, that's where we're sitting. Hopefully truck will be done soon. But it kind of got to me. I come out here and I went to look at that hill, and I see a huge buck track going over it. I said, my Lord, I don't have a camera out here because of the goats and the chickens. They would run the batteries dead in it, especially the chickens. They're out here. I don't know if you can see one there. Turn the camera. Can you see them? Yep. There's chickens. The chickens and goats are all over the place. So it's hard to plant, hard to do anything. I tried planting some stuff in a big above ground planter that I made out of a 110-gallon watering trough. And everything that sprouts, the chickens eat. If it doesn't sprout, they dig it up and eat the seeds. So I have been 0% successful in growing anything here at the house until we can get these chickens hemmed up. and Kim's hatching more out. So we're not egg shy. We have eggs all over the place. We keep finding them on my tractor. I did get my tractor going. I know my tractor was down. My buddy Alan, he does small engine mechanic. Sorry about the sun glare. He's a small engine mechanic. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, small tractors, things of that sort. And I told him what was going on with the tractor, and he had me bring it over to him, and he got it going. He fixed it. The clutch was gone in it, and my glow plugs went out. The day I picked it up from him, he couldn't get it to start. He finally got it started, and he told me what to do when I got home. And he's so backlogged, I didn't want to add more to it, and I couldn't afford to run dead up that deep. So anyhow, he explained to me the glow plugs and what I needed to do, and so I did order a set, which is 3 of them for that tractor. And they're like $27 for 3 of them. That shipped, and I should receive them on the 12th, I believe, or 13th. They'll be here this week, and I'll put them in. The tractor will be going, and then I can get out. I got some tilling I've got to do, and I got some more seed that I got to plant before it expires. It is from last year, fall. I did plant a small handful of it to see if it would germinate, and it did. So it's still good. It is it's rape. It's a winter rape, and I believe it's called Winter Haven rape, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll be planting that out here for the goats and planting some back for the deer. We have areas where we hunt, but then we have areas where we feed them. And the feeding areas, we do not hunt there. It's safe zones for them. They can go in there and they can eat and they get their minerals, and they don't have to worry about nobody harassing them. And so we're going to plant some back there for them too. But anyhow, just checking video. I love you all. Y'all have an amazing afternoon. Enjoy your week. Be safe in whatever you do. Be kind. A brief update. The area where I went and I cut the dead tree down and had something come at me, making a huffing noise, what I think was a bear. Kirsten and I went over there today. That's the second time I went back since that happened. I didn't find any tracks, which has rained for, I think, 5 days straight. The rain finally stopped last night. And so Carson and I went over there today. We walked back into that area, and we got to a point where we're being really quiet, and both of us were at a standstill because some doves took off. Something spooked them, and they were, I don't know, 70 yards ahead of us. Doves tore out from something spooking them. And we got to listening, and then started hearing limbs breaking, large limbs breaking. Quite a bit of noise over there. I don't know what it was. I'm fairly certain it was a bear. That's sort of the direction I'm leaning. And the reason I'm going with bear, I did not have a bad feeling. I didn't get that sickening feeling you get if one of the big guys are around. You know when they're around. It's a feeling that overcomes you, that it just feels gross. It feels dirty. And I didn't have that. The afternoon that it charged me making those sounds, I didn't have that feeling. And today we didn't have it. Didn't smell anything. And what I'm told, bears stink really bad, but I did not smell nothing. We just heard a ruckus, a bunch of limbs breaking, and it sounded like, pretty large stuff breaking. Making sure the goats didn't split. I got one of them, Louie. He is our escape convict. He leaves the backyard and goes up front, and he loves to devour my bamboo and my peach trees and whatever else that I have up there. But I had to make sure he was still here. Anyhow, folks, I'm gonna get off here. I'm just blabbing. I don't want to waste any more of your time. You have an amazing day. Be safe. You guys, we're in holiday season. You know what the traffic's like. And if you got to travel somewhere, just please be aware of your surroundings. We live in a time where we're surrounded by evil. There's a lot of really dark people that are around us these days. Just be aware, pay attention to everything around you. If you wear earbuds like I do, try to get by with wearing one of them so that you can still hear what's happening around you. I only wear one at a time for that reason. Having two in, if somebody runs up behind you, you'll never hear them coming. So just something to take into account. You can still hear. I'm not listening to nothing at all right now. It's just there if I get a phone call, because I don't feel the vibration very often from the phone. And I don't like the ringer because it startles me when it rings. And so my ringer stays off and I can hear it through my earbud. So I keep it in my ear unless I'm hunting. But anyhow, just not a tip, just sharing what I do. If you listen to music and you have to go out in crowded areas, you got to fly somewhere. If you're traveling, I'd just kind of recommend you use one earbud so you can hear what's happening around you, and just be careful. Pay attention to the people that are around you. If you have any doubts about somebody, remember, when you're in doubt, get out. Just get away from them. Get out of the area. If you think somebody's following you, report it. Don't wait until it's too late. You know, it's easier to explain an accidental false report than to have your loved ones try to explain what happened to you. So just, just be aware. Don't want to lose any of you. We love you all. You know, y'all are all part of our extended family, and I'd like to keep it that way. So y'all just enjoy the holidays, spend time with your friends and family and your loved ones, and just be careful in whatever you do. I wish you all the very best. God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.